Okay, so I've got this ANCEL VD700 to look at today. This is how it comes in the package. Give you a bit of idea of what it can do. That's the back. Hopefully you can see that. And okay, we'll open it and see what we've got. Got a manual with it, as you'd expect. Got some basic settings on it and steps. It's actually not a bad sized text on it, which is good. Quite a thick book. Some of it's obviously in foreign languages. So yeah, that's the book. And we'll get the tool out and have a look at that. See what we've got. Got a USB lead, which I'm assuming is for updates, and this is the tool itself. So it's in a rubber housing, which is quite good. Drop it on your car, hopefully it wouldn't dent it. And just take the cover off and just see if there's the USB port there. That's the back. Fixed lead. Put that in there. It looks like I can actually get to do the update without actually taking the cover off, which is handy. Do the back there. I'm just doing a lead measurement from the end, and it works out about a metre. So I'm actually in a VW Polo. This is a 6C Polo 1.4 diesel. I'm just going to have a look to see if I can find the OBD port. Okay, just looking under the driver's side, underneath the dashboard, there's the OBD port. So I'm plugging it into that. Now I know this car's been a bit awkward with different testers because it's an MQB ECU. Didn't work on some of the other tools I've got, so it'd be interesting to see how it copes with that. So I'll just plug that in and be back with you in a second. Okay, so I'm going to plug it in now and see what happens. Okay, what I'm going to do is strap this to the side of the door so I can try and get a clearer view. Okay, so this is the unit strapped to the car. Obviously you can see the OK, escape and other buttons. What I'm going to do is zoom into the display so you can see as I run through some of the tests on it. You'll get a better view then. Hopefully I can try and keep it steady enough for you. Okay, so before we start, I'll just try and show you some of the functions that it does. So they're the basic functions, special functions and OBD functions. So there is some special functions here and support for different protocols. It's also got some VW diagnostics protocols on it, which for me personally that's going to be interesting because I'm a VW Audi man, to be honest. So I will go through some of these. I'll just get that a little bit closer, and first of all we'll have a look at some of the settings. Sorry, it isn't a touch screen before you ask. So we'll move it along. Tool setup, languages. So that's the languages. Obviously you can turn the beeper off. Display at start will be, I don't think we need to bother about that too much. Unit of measurement we can have a quick look at. There you go, escape to come out. Skin style, I'm not too bothered about that. Feedback and test result. Okay, so device information, that's the software version, serial number, etc. I have noticed there is a website for this and it is updatable. I have checked. I'll just come out of that now. And we'll go to OBD11. There we go, so that's giving you the status of the car. Mil status, which is the light on the dash to tell you if you've got any current problems with the engine. We'll just go back. Escape, you can see it's using the CAN protocol. Data stream, see what that does. Okay, so that's just reading some information there. If I just press the accelerator pedal, hopefully you'll be able to see that move. So it's obviously talking to the car okay. I'll just come out of that, selected items, and you can actually pick the items you want to. Hit the OK button, etc. Obviously a load of settings on there. There we go. That's just looking at the coolant and the calculated load, which is no load because the engine's not started. Let's escape. We'll come out of that completely. Yes, we want to exit. We'll have a look at the ones for the VW. Okay, so mine's not a Crafter, it's a Polo. Okay, we'll do a vehicle scan. We'll do this, see how long it takes to do a full scan. Always get a brake failure on this, I don't know why. Clear it and it's okay, and then it comes back straight away, so I'm not too worried about that. There's no problems with the brakes. Now you can see I've got 9 modules and they're all okay. I'll just go into one of these to show you. It does, see if it does actually do it. Read the fault code. There we go. Fault code, and I'm going to erase the fault code. Are you sure? Yes. There we go. You had the, I think that was the ABS module that was clunking there. Basic settings, tyre pressure. There we go, so it's reset the tyres, although I've got a button under the dash. So we'll come out of that. Access authorization. I think this is where you're going to have to put a login code to actually access certain devices. But, that looks quite interesting, quite promising. There we go, no fault on the ABS. So we'll come out of that. Dashboard, central electric, steering assistance. There we go. That's I think that's the one for the radio. I'm not, because I've seen that on another code reader. So let's erase it. Are you sure? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we'll come out of that. Let's do a manual. Okay, so it's listed all the devices that we just found. You can go in there directly. Special functions. Injector adaptation, that will be interesting. Battery registration, service reset, ABS fuel pump bleeding, diesel engine functions. Looking for one. Here we go, this is one I can do without causing any issues. Activate the fuel pump Now I know this hasn't worked on some of the other tools I've tried, so let's give it a go. Switch ignition on to continue, press OK. Here we go. We'll test it. Okay. Error communication with the ECU. Okay, this is a problem I had with the other one, so let's see what this is. Oh, there we go, fuel pump's activated. So it's probably me not knowing how to use the tool. That's quite good. So it looks like it's going to cycle it 3 times for 60 seconds. I'll do the first one for 60 seconds then escape it. It'll keep going on forever. Obviously the thing I find with a lot of these tools is not one tool fits all. That's why I use VCDS. I've got an OBD11. I've also got the Alban Shear Diagnostics tool as well. VW Diag, that's good. And I've also got Odis as well, which I use sometimes. Obviously that's not a full registered version of Odis, but good tool. This is nice, handy to carry around with you again, this one, nice and small, compact. Hopefully this will stop in a second. There we go. Let it cycle again, then I'll stop it. Yeah, it's doing it again. Okay, what I'll do is I'll try and run through a few of these tests, just to show you it working a few other things. Learning along the way, so you'll have to forgive me. So I'm going to go to the engine control module. Okay, and see if we've got any basic settings. Throttle learning. Okay. Perform function. Yes. Hopefully you can hear that. Okay, and escape. Escape. Okay, I'm going to go through some of the engine control module and functions to see if there's anything in that. So I can read, erase, data stream, access authorization. I'm not 100% sure what that was. I know the Volkswagen code used to be 2797. There we go, it's logged in. Okay. Basic settings still there. Engine control. Sure what that's going to get me. Let's have a look into that. What I'm going to do is do a service reset on this. Okay, you'll see what time it's got in the service. There we go. Okay, let's do an oil reset. So go into that. Oil service. So we'll do set it to a 365 and 10,000 kmh and just see what that does. Okay, are you sure? Okay. Okay, about 20 seconds later it's done. I'm just going to check that now. Go back in the car, we'll just check the service. And it has changed it to 365 days, 610 miles, which I'm assuming is the equivalent to the kmh. I'm just going to do an inspection as well. So we're doing an inspection service. 30,000 I think is okay for that because it's an older car. I'll just do that. Okay. It'll take about 25 seconds, something like that. Okay, so we'll go inside and check and see if that's done that. So looking at the inspection, it changed that as well, so yeah, that looks like that's okay. So okay to escape. I think I'm going to have to go through some of these other things, but I'll try the electronic parking brake on my other car, because this hasn't got electronic parking brake. I think there's a few more things to test out, but it seems to function quite well. Like I say, there's no one tool fits all. I've never found one that does yet. You know, if you want to pay silly money, then you go with things like VCDS, you know, that gets the regular updates and all the rest of it. But this is something you can just literally keep in your glove box or your garage, easy and handy to access. No need for another laptop or any of the other stuff that you have to pay with some of the other bespoke hardware. But yeah, first impressions are looking good. Okay, I'm just going to have a look at this option here. I haven't fitted a new battery or anything, but I just want to, out of interest, want to see what this is. So what I've done is I've gone to special functions, down to battery, gateway. It's asking me here if I want to perform the function. I'm going to click OK just to see what it comes up with. It looks like it's possibly read the details of the battery. Press OK, select battery value. So it's giving me options there. Look, to change the ampage if the battery is different. I'm going to come out of that. Function cancel really want to quick. OK. So yeah, it looks like it's communicating. I'm just going to check on the battery to see if that's the same value as what it's telling me here. So looking at the battery, it is indeed a 68 amp hour battery. So yeah, I think reading the gateway has actually talked to the battery. Okay, so what I've done, I've just jumped into my Audi to give this tool a bit of a go in this. So let's see what we can. I couldn't do the injector adaptation before on the others, and so this is 6-cylinder 3 litre. It's got 6 injectors, so it looks like it's capable of doing that. Okay. I'm just going to see if it'll wind out the pads on this Audi 3 litre TDI. So please turn on the ignition, engine off, release electric parking brake, which I've done. Let's move the back. You sure? And indeed, I can hear them winding out at the back. It's been performed. Press OK. Okay, so now we'll move them forward again. Okay, so that seems to have done that. Okay, as a final test, I've got my wife's smart car. I'm just going to run through, see if the OBD bit will work on that. Let's just see. Sorry, it's dark. Okay, so it looks like it's picked up everything. Okay. Let's go down and do the vehicle information. Yeah, that's picked up the VIN. we'll do the data stream. We'll select all to see what it comes up with. Right, view all. And it looks like it's come up with some information on that as well. So yeah, so you can even read stuff on that as a general OBD scanner. Okay, I'm going to run through some tests with the Audi A5 3 litre TDI 2016, just to see how it copes with that. So let's run through some tests. Okay. That's good. Let's try that other one. Okay, let's see what we can get on the data stream. Okay, so it's pulling information from the car, so that's good. Let's see if we can get anything on that. So that seems to be working as well. So we'll go through some of the other options. Let's go for see what this pulls up on the vehicle scan. Okay, so I did a full scan. It took about a minute and a half or something like that. So it put up a fault on the brakes. Funny enough, there's nothing. I've cleared that. I just wanted to go through some of this stuff so you can actually see. It takes too long to go through it all. Data stream. This car's fully loaded, and I think that's why it takes a while longer. Let's just select a few items. So I'm interested in what that is. Okay. So yeah, it's doing a data stream the same as I did on the VW Polo. Let's have a look at some of the. If I list that, it'll take forever, I think. Let's give it a go to see how it does. Oh, okay, I'm quite impressed. So yeah, there's quite a lot of information on that. I say to go through it all would take a while. So let's go through. Okay, so it's asking you to input channel information and things like that. So similar to what VCDS does, Like I said, I did manage to log in on the last one. I don't want to go through too deep with this because otherwise the video will go on forever. So it looks like you can do quite a bit with this. Special functions, let's see what that is. I think that's where I did the parking brake. Steering angle sensor, tyre pressure sensor. Let's just have a look at this. Again, try and go a bit further with this time. So if I go injector 1, okay. Now it's asking me to input the information for it, so okay. I was hoping it would read the injector code. Battery registration again. Okay. Okay, I'll have to have a look at that in a minute and just see what that information is on the battery. Okay, let's have a look at some of the special functions. Let's check the SOT on the DPF. Ignition on yes. That is my engine code. Okay, so it does read that. Activate fuel pump. Try that like we did with the other ones. Done. Okay. 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 Let's test that. As you can see, the fuel pump's running, so I'll pause the video on that because there's no point in waiting for 3 cycles. Yeah, it ran through and it actually lists the actual cycle it's doing, 2 and 3. So as you can hear, it's still running at the moment. Okay, so I woke up this morning and realised that the battery's not doing that well on the Audi A5. So there's the old battery in situ. Got a new battery there ready to replace it with. Hooked up the car to a charger over there, which you can probably see. There we go, just to supply power. There's the earth terminal, positive terminal. And I'm just going to test this ANCEL VD700 as far as coding the battery. So first of all, we'll do an initial test. I'll just run a test on the new battery. So I'll hook that up. Okay, so hopefully you can see that. So it's out of the vehicle. So we can select the type of battery. I'll select the flat plate because I'm not sure what it is. So EN, we look at the battery there and we can see it's 850 EN, so we'll just do that. EN 850, so you can scroll up and down, testing the battery. Okay, so that's a new battery saying that the battery's in good health. Okay, so there's the old battery out of the car now, so we can say it's an 850 amp again. So we'll just run quickly through here. This was uncharged last night, so we'll do this as an after charge. There we go, that's the state of this battery. So I'll quickly swap that over and then I'll run through coding the battery. Okay, so I've put the battery in, tightened the retaining bolt down on the battery, the vent pipe on the side of the battery, same as before, connected both terminals up. I say the first one to come off should be the negative, in case you short it to the bodywork. That's if it's a negative earth, and it should be the last one to go on. So there we go, that's all in and bolted down. I've just got to put the bracket on. I have to take the details off the battery because I don't know what's got to be put into the code yet. So I'll capture that information before stop start battery, because the stop start and it was an AGM battery that had taken off, and obviously I compared it on the website to make sure it was the same. So I'll just get this all bolted up and the information took off it, and then we'll look at coding the battery to the car. Just in case anybody was interested, that's the test rays for the battery. Compared to the shop, it seems to show batteries weaker than what their device did. So I'm not praising it or condemning it at this point. Well, as you can see with the battery test, there was a big difference with the actual state of health. So what I'm going to do is use this ANCEL device, which I've used before. There we go, and it says it's capable of doing electronic parking brake, which is handy. And the one I'm looking at is the battery registration, which hopefully you can see. Sorry, I moved across. Battery registration. So like I say, this one's got a lot of Volkswagen features on this as well. So fingers crossed this is going to work on my late 2015 Audi A5 3-litre TDI. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so quick recap on the buttons. Escape, obviously to escape I'll go back, OK, left and right. Read DTCs is for any fault codes, and IM is IM readiness for emissions check. So, but what we'll be doing today is going through the battery. Okay, so what I'm going to do is try and do this battery registration. So if I go to VW, because mine's an Audi, OK on that. Other vehicles, let's go to special functions, battery registration. Let's go to gateway. Perform this function, are you sure? So we click OK. OK. The battery. First of all, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a screenshot of that with my phone before we continue. Okay, so we'll select a new battery, press OK. Battery part number, which is actually the same as the old one. So it's a matter of running down for that and entering that. What I'll do is I'll enter that and then come back. Okay, so I've entered the code in there that come with a new battery. What I do is scroll up to the OK and then hit OK. Now we've got to select the battery type. Battery manufacturer run number is unknown, input treble 0. So I'll just check my details for that. Okay, that. Input the 10-digit battery serial number. Okay, I'll just grab that. Okay, I've gone back and I've just put in what I think is a serial number. So we'll OK that. Okay. Okay, so it looks like it's accepted the code I put in the 0240, so I think it was the fact that it hadn't actually got, I think it had got a number, a letter in it instead of a number. So that's coded the battery as it appears. So yeah, looking good. Okay, let's try it from here. So we won't go through the Volkswagen features, we'll go through this. OK to start detection, current voltage OK to start detection. Please start the engine.